Does One Punch Man share a universe with My Hero Academia? According to a new fan theory, the answer is, yeah. Shared universes are all the rage these days. From the Marvel Cinematic Universe to Freddy Krueger thrown down with Jason Voorhees, everyone just loves a good crossover. And that goes double when these crossovers are unofficial in nature. Now, two more iconic TV shows are joining the ranks of these shared universe superstars, My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. The superhero high school saga My Hero Academia and the satirical superhero series One Punch Man aren't just two of the biggest anime on the planet, they might also be directly connected in a way that could explain an awful lot. And we're gonna dive headfirst into this madness on today's episode of The Dan Cave. Now, perhaps the wait for season 4 of My Hero Academia has just addled my brain, but this new fan theory from Redditor Yeti in a Tux has some real promise. So let's look at the evidence, shall we? My Hero Academia is set in a world where approximately 80% of the population possesses superhuman abilities known as quirks. Some of them are incredibly useful, like super speed or super strength, while others are, less desirable, like the power to rip off your own spherical hair and throw it like weird sticky balls. I can't do it. In One Punch Man, which takes place in a seemingly near-apocalyptic world on a strange supercontinent, people have also developed superhuman powers, and the sudden uptick in monsters and villains murdering everyone in sight has led to the formation of the Hero Association and the rise of a new class of superheroes, including Saitama, the titular One Punch Man, who, as his name suggests, can fell enemies with only a single punch. Look at me, I'm Kyle Hill. Watch his episode too. Or don't, just watch mine twice. According to the theory, One Punch Man and My Hero Academia share the same world, but One Punch Man is much further in the future. It argues that years and years of people having quirks and wreaking havoc on the world has left our planet twisted and scarred, setting the stage for the dysfunctional planet of One Punch Man. The global government body of One Punch Man is the result of the world's nations banding together in an effort to combat the superpowered threat of destruction that constantly looms over their heads. Cities being renamed after simple letters and numbers is because getting too attached to your hometown is just gonna leave you sad and possibly very homeless, given the alarming frequency with which they're destroyed. Now, this theory continues by invoking one of My Hero Academia's most powerful quirks, One for All. It can be passed from one user to another, allowing the bearer to access power that's been stockpiled from user to user. So basically, the more people that use it, the more powerful it should get, in theory. In My Hero Academia, All Might, the show's smiling, barrel-chested Superman analog, passes it along to the protagonist, Izuku Midoriya. He's a young man with heroic instincts, but no quirk of his own, until he gets it. This theory posits that Midoriya wasn't the last person to possess the One for All quirk, and it kept moving down the line until whomever held it last, perhaps in a moment of desperation, passed it to Saitama after witnessing him saving a child with an unfortunate chin from the nightmarish underwear-clad crustacean villain Creblante. Now, inspired by Saitama's heroism in that moment, that One for All holder passed it along to Saitama, which explains how Saitama was able to gain such incredible power simply by doing his workout of 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day. Yeah, I'm only missing the 10-kilometer run because cardio sucks. As for Saitama's hair loss, that too is explained by the physical manifestation of the One for All quirk. If you look at My Hero Academia, All Might, when he got it, was able to turn into a much more muscular version of himself, and Midoriya was able to glow with this greenish energy. But Saitama, well, he just turned bald, because look, you clearly can't win them all, okay? Great. Now, there are plenty of holes that one could poke in this theory. Case in point, one commenter pointed out that the way cities are named in One Punch Man is just meant to be a direct parody of other shonen classics like Dragon Ball, which gave cities throwaway names because you weren't really meant to care about these locations so much as the characters who inhabit them. Another issue with this theory is that the timeline doesn't exactly add up. There are no superhero leagues in One Punch Man when the show starts. The Hero Association is formed because Saitama saved the founder's grandson from Creblante. So without that, there would be no superhero groups like the ones you see in My Hero Academia. Now, this theory could still work though. What seems more plausible to me is that rather than coming after My Hero Academia, One Punch Man actually takes place before My Hero Academia. It's a prequel. Yippee! Now, Saitama is one of the earliest people to develop a quirk in this world, and he uses it for good rather than for selfish personal gain. Now, he could still be an inheritor of One for All, which would eventually pass all the way down the chain to All Might and Midoriya, and it could also explain the immense amount of power that's been stockpiled by One for All over these years. I mean, if you can defeat someone with one punch, you put some of that power inside this quirk, then pass it along. That's pretty powerful. As for the futuristic technology of One Punch Man, which another commenter cited, well, I don't know, maybe it all got destroyed somehow before My Hero Academia, but then again, the tech on display in MHA is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that high school is just full of increasingly implausible training rooms where just the walls pop out, then you're in a weird city. How do these kids not notice they were being led to this, murder dungeon? At least they were straightforward about it in the X-Men. Now, still, it's a fun theory to think about and an interesting way to connect two of the most popular superhero anime out there, even if it doesn't necessarily add up 100%. But what do you think of this theory? Do you buy it? What's your favorite One Punch Man or My Hero Academia fan theory? Let me know in the comments below and give me a plus ultra thumbs up while you're there. God, All Might is exhausting. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and then hit that little notification bell, or else you might miss out on next week's show, when we talk about the incredible story of a world-renowned dance company whose trip to an eccentric British billionaire's theme park turns deadly when dinosaurs and witches threaten to murder literally everyone, and especially Newman from Seinfeld, in Suspiriasic Park. Until next time, keep on digging.